Hey everybody, welcome back to a new episode of D&D Quick Shots. My name is Brandon, I'll be your DM, and today we're talking about going rogue. So building a rogue is a simple concept in theory. So what is a rogue first? Well, a rogue is a generally dishonest or unprincipled man. That is somebody who is kind of living outside the law, doing their entire own thing. That doesn't necessarily mean that they are a bad person. It means that they just don't really follow the rule of law. So you can play it a lot of different ways. I know there's a lot of people who like to just grab a rogue and then automatically just start being mean and stealing from people and doing all of that. Not necessarily always the case. So let's talk about the basic build of a rogue and then how you can kind of generally play them. So. Um, I think across every type of rogue, stat number one always has to be dexterity. So dexterity is going to play into your stealth. It's going to play into the weapons you most likely are going to use, and overall sneakiness of everything. So being a rogue, primarily dexterity. That's your number one go-to. Now for the second stat, can kind of vary depending on how you're playing. Primarily, you're talking about thieves or assassins. You're going to be kind of back and forth. I prefer to go charisma as my second stat for whether I'm playing assassin or whether I'm playing a thief. Reason being is that I like to be able to talk my way into and out of situations depending on what's going on. The second, most likely stat you could use very often is wisdom, because you're going to have your perception checks, and those perception checks are going to be key to your success across the board. So there's a lot of things you can do between the two. I prefer to have a higher charisma based rogue as a whole. That way I can have a little more control over the situations I get myself into, and if I need to talk myself out of it, I have that option. I definitely wouldn't use it for a dump stat. And then very rarely will I go strength or constitution, either one. Um, Not that they're bad to have. I just don't think that they are your second priority as a whole. Now, there is the one caveat. Arcane Trickster is one of my favorite styles of rogue. That's actually in the vanilla DM player handbook there. And in the vanilla book, you have an Arcane Trickster. If you're going to be running an Arcane Trickster, intelligence is most likely going to be your second stat. So you're going to have primary dex and then your secondary intelligence, because that will be your spellcasting modifier. Now, for anybody who hasn't done Arcane Trickster, your question may be, why would I want to do something like that? Be able to use your mage hand to steal from people for giggles, way easier, okay? Now, talking about different ways to play a rogue. Now, there's a lot of different ideas and concepts out there. I mean, there's as many subclasses out there nowadays that you shouldn't have some kind of, fun doing it. What I prefer to run is going to be something that is going to be sneaky, not necessarily like an asshole, but I want to be able to recover things. I want to be that guy who can get you in and get you out of places, whether it be with subterfuge, whether it be, again, talking my way in or out, or if I have to, pick a lock and make my way in. But I like to be known, usually if I'm playing a rogue, as the guy to get things or to achieve goals that are not really well suited to just beating down a door. Now, you can play, like the Sherlock Holmes style, or you can play swashbucklers, and all of those things are great. We can talk about those in another video. But the basic layout of a rogue is going to be somebody who, you primarily stat dex. Charisma is my second choice. Third is probably going to be wisdom if I'm statting it. Sometimes I'll go wisdom first, but primarily will be charisma, then wisdom. And then if I'm going to do spellcasting, intelligence. Otherwise, I think that's really about the basic layout if you're going to be building them. Now, when you talk about weaponry and armor, make sure you're running dex weapons. Don't try to run something strength-based. There's no reason to be running around with an axe as a rogue. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So anything that has, the finesse weapon stats are really your best bets. So that's my 2 cents on the basics of building a rogue. I know a lot of people build guides and go super in depth. I wanted this video just to be very short, sweet, and make sure you understand the very, very core basics of that. So thanks for watching. Definitely let us know if you have any questions. Like and subscribe. Once again, thanks for watching D&D's Quick Shots, and you have a great day, guys.